Hello everybody, welcome to another quick video. And today you find us wandering the streets of Hull. Well, you will do very shortly anyway, we're just down by the River Hull itself at the moment. Basically I'm going to go out and do a bit of street urban. I've got the GX9 with me and I'm going to introduce you to my sort of street setup. So over the past few months I've sort of tied it down a bit, tried to get what works for me as a street urban setup. So essentially, come and have a wander with us and I'll be sort of showing you around the lenses that I use, why I use them specifically, and what sort of things I'm sort of looking for when I'm out in the street and why this works for me. But in my classic fashion, I'll be doing everything in monochrome because we've got some light that's starting to come through. I love shadows, light and monochrome, so I'm going to combine them all together, so everything today will be from that. Very minor edits involved, maybe a couple of crops, but most of the stuff straight out of camera from the GX9. A little border put onto it, but that's about it. But let's get wandering in. Got to meet up with David Flower as well, so we're sort of doing a few tours around the city, find some bits, see if there's any characters around. There may well be. It's a bank holiday weekend, so there's a chance it's going to be fairly busy, so I might get a few little characters in there as well. Let's go and find out. So, as you've seen in my previous video, I've got the nice Leica 15mm, and this at the moment is my favourite lens for doing street. I love the focal range and the way that it feels. The pictures are so crisp and clean. I love the manual sort of controls on it. So, be a lot done with this, but I'm going to switch between the lenses I'm going. So, each time I sort of switch out a lens, I'll sort of give you a little bit of an insight of why I'm changing lens, what I'm trying to achieve with it, so you get more of an idea why I've gone for this sort of thing. But where we're at the moment, just met up with David, and we're going to sort of probably head towards the old town. There's lovely buildings there, you can get some great black and white results, and we'll see what other things are sort of cropping up as we go through. So the 15mm, it's a semi-wide setup. It's very, very much, as I've said in the other video, if you're not seeing it, pop a link up there, pop a link in the description. It's close to like the Leica Q setup. I'm running everything in L monochrome, so you're going to get that sort of Leica feel regardless today. But the thing that we like about the whole area is you've got these lovely bits of architecture knocking around. You've got the old town, classic architecture, real nice feel. The older buildings, really nice, but you've also got this sort of thing, this and the deep, which is the aquarium down actually on the shores of the Humber. It really works well as a feature set, and frankly the deep in black and white is glorious. It just works so well, especially with the condition that I've got today, which is semi-bright, slightly hazy, so it's just casting a few shadows, but always works like a bit of a big softbox, so that's actually quite nice. But yeah, a few reflections, a few shadows, should be ideal, I think. Right, although we've actually not gone anywhere at all yet, I've just switched over to running my other lens that I use, which is the Olympus 45mm. Great, just giving you that little bit of extra reach. I've got the 12-32, but this actually just gives you that little bit extra. It's full frame equivalent of sort of running a 90mm, which is quite a nice sort of portrait style, but it's also great for getting just that little bit further in. So say you don't want to get in people's faces, you can just take your shot. You don't need to be sort of quite as obvious what you're doing, which can help sometimes. For me, especially doing the street side of things, I don't like it to be very obvious that people are aware that you're doing it. It's more like to sort of document people going about their daily business. It's that sort of thing without encroaching and getting in the faces. I know a lot of people love the street bit where you sort of get deep in there and sort of You know, you're in people's faces, getting the shock tactics. That's not for me at all. I like to be sort of a little bit distant and just documenting what's going on around, just to tell a story really more than anything. Obviously, the great thing about the 45 is it's an f1.8, which means if you want to play with the foreground blocking and frame blocking, you can use that to your advantage. Have a nice blurred foreground, shooting down onto your subject, which should be nice and sharp because this is a nice crisp lens. And obviously you can see the size of it, the weight of it's ridiculously sort of lightweight, and it's a great tool to have in your arsenal. So a great example is going to be shooting through this bush here. There's a guy sat on the bench there reading, so we're using all of this area here as a frame to actually bring that in. And if you're shooting wide enough, I mean, I'm shooting at f5.6 at the moment, that's plenty enough to actually get foreground and background separation, certainly in this sort of lighting conditions and sort of with the distance I'm running, because obviously this is a few inches in front, that's well, probably about 1, 2, 3, it's probably getting for about sort of 30 feet away. So yeah, you get a nice bit of separation and it gives you the effect that you're looking for. So I've had a wander down from the old town through the centre and getting down more towards the library area. Now it's time for lens number 3 to come out. 12 to 32. This isn't as fast, so it does limit you a little bit with the frame blocking. You have to think about that a little bit more. But what it does give you is the versatility. Be able to zoom in on areas, pull back, and just more of an all-purpose sort of lens. So I'm going to grab a few shots around this area and see what sort of things we've got. So we're doing quite a little bit of work here. I'll just flip you around. So this is all being completely gutted and rebuilt, but it actually works quite well as a bit of a backdrop. You've got these nice hoardings along here, seats, just a few bits of a few little features around. So there's plenty going on with, and this is where the zoom really comes in handy. Again, picking the aperture is quite key to it, so a lot of the stuff for general work I'll do about f5.6, that's not too bad, but obviously I can go to f3.5 if I'm going wide. Gives you a few little options, but just playing with it, varying it a little bit, and yeah, you can get some nice effects, especially if you're sort of using things like this to actually do the frame blocking. When you're looking down, you know, there's quite a few characters around that you can pinpoint out. Using the zoom just lets you vary things a little bit, get multiple shots of the same thing, just playing with it a bit. So that's why I like to have the zoom in the bag as well. So 12 to 32, you've got a reasonable amount of zoom on there. And say 12mm at the wide end, that's pretty wide, that's 24mm full frame equivalent, up to a 32, which is a decent level of telephoto zoom. It's not as far as the 45, which is why I carry that one in the bag, but it gives you a nice range. It does mean that then you can sort of do little sort of crops as well. You can't go completely mad because you've not got massive high pixel density, but it gives you some options. So if you've got a range that it's a scene that works really well, but you're going to have to cut a bit out, 9 times out of 10 be fine. I mean, you're still running 20 megapixels, which is plenty for most people. It's not really an issue on that side of things. So it gives you lots of options and lets you play with the scene a little bit more than just a fixed focal length. So obviously this is a lightweight setup. As you can see, it's quite tiny. It doesn't really take up any room in a bag. So let's have a look exactly how I do carry things. This is my default bag that I take out. It's just Manfrotto one that I've got. And in here, I can get the GX9 with the lens on. And I've got room at the side for my other two lenses. Plenty of space, not a problem at all. And in this front pouch here, what I've got there, a couple of spare batteries for the GX. They fit in this handy little pocket. And actually a charger in there as well for the batteries. And customary microfiber cloth, always handy. But weighs nothing, and size-wise it's perfect just for carrying around. While I've actually got the camera out, I'll actually put in there packaging that the Osmo comes in, and that just drops in there, no problem at all. Takes up no room, you just can carry it around nice and easily. So you probably notice a bit of a theme, especially watching sort of more of the recent videos. But using a lot more of the smaller camera stuff, more specifically the GX range. And you think, well, what have I done with the OM1? I'm still shooting with it. I just don't tend to sort of vlog too much about it. Like yesterday, I spent the entire day out with big white on, get some great shots. I mean, a couple of here I managed to get yesterday. Really nice gold crest that was bobbing around. But that's the sort of thing that I've been sort of using more than the OM1 for. Not really been too far to do much landscapey stuff, so really I've been doing more sort of wildlife, or like today was the street urban and that side of things. So that's really what you see more of me doing this. Mainly because, yeah, it's not something that I tend to sort of vlog very much, is going out with the camera and playing around with the wildlife. If it's something you'd like to see more of the wildlife stuff, drop us a comment down below, let me know. Yeah, I like to sort of do stuff that will interest people, so if you're interested in doing more of the wildlife stuff, let me know. I'll sort of try and sort of do things around with it. But I'll switch lenses again. I'm going over to the 45 again, just to give me a little bit more reach. We're down sort of on the banks of the Humber now, so more of the longer reach is helpful. Just being far enough away from people, just to give us a little bit more range and, yeah, essentially not being in people's faces. Tracy's enjoying herself as well with the 25, enjoying that side of things. David's having some great fun as well. It's been a really nice session. We haven't had the light that we were anticipating. The forecast was, for now, for this to be very much zero cloud, bright sunlight, which is perfect for the shadows and stuff like that. So we've sort of had to mix it around a little bit, but I think it's worked quite well. It's certainly been a great session out in the streets. It's been busy enough that it's been interesting, but not too busy that you can't really sort of get any shots in. But yeah, we thought just say a little bit about, yeah, the fact that I'm doing more of the work with this. It's purely just the way that things are falling at the moment. But like I said, if you are interested in seeing more of the wildlife stuff, drop me a comment down below. I'll see what I can do for you. there we go, a bit of an insight into sort of how I've sort of changed my street setup and why I've gone for this sort of setup with the 3 lenses and how it works for me. Hopefully you found it useful. If you have, please do hit that like button, really helps out. If you're not subscribed, hit subscribe. Helps the channel out to end, it's free of charge, but you'll see more of this sort of stuff from me every week. But from what is now quite a bright Hull in East Yorkshire, thanks for watching. We'll see you again next time. Take care.
I get the vibe that you're distant. There's something about you that's different. I see it in your eyes. Something isn't right. Tell me again what I'm missing. 'Cause you're fading out. We've been here before. Tell me again, just tell me again, and I'll make it right. Don't go through that door. Tell me again, just tell me again, and I'll make it right. It is a lie when you tell me that nothing is wrong, just leave it.